Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. So subscribe and hit the bell icon. So you might notice I'm not in my bedroom. What am I doing? I'm at the train station waiting for the train to go to London. I'm at Exeter St David's in the UK. Let's spin you around. So yeah, it's pretty quiet here because if you look at the clock, can you see? It's literally like 16 minutes past. I don't know if you can see that, the light shine on it, but it's basically 16 minutes past midnight. And I don't actually want to have this platform. I need to be on platform 5. But because my train is not till 1:07, I'm on this platform because there's a toilet here. So, and having disabilities means I need the toilet a lot more than the average person. So I need to stay on this platform for now. So yeah, so how do I manage anxiety, fibromyalgia and other health conditions when I'm travelling alone? Most of the time I do actually travel alone rather than go away with someone. And so a huge benefit of this is you've only got yourself to worry about. When you're travelling with other people, if you've got anxiety, it can be quite stressful because you kind of have to look out for someone else all the time, not just yourself. But it can also be a benefit as well if you're travelling with other people because they can help you with your luggage, they can talk to you and keep you calmer, they can take your mind off things and distract you. But if they are a type of person that likes to leave things to the last minute and you like to be really early, that's not really going to work. That's going to stress you out. I feel that in the past when I've had to meet someone at certain places and we've had to, like, for example, get to the cinema and stuff like that, if the person likes to leave things to the last minute and just turn up like basically on time or just before time, that can be very stressful if you've got anxiety. So I personally do actually like travelling on my own from the point of view it's less anxiety inducing in theory. From the point of view you've only got yourself to worry about, you haven't got to worry about a third party. But, you know, there are benefits to travelling with someone else as well. And when I say travelling, I mean like going away for quite a few days at a time. Like I'm going away for 3 nights, 4 days. But when I go away, because I've got anxiety and fibromyalgia and other health conditions, it's like a military operation. So you might have known, like, it's 0:18 now, so it's 18 minutes past midnight. I don't have to be here till 1:07. I got here before 12:07, so I got here an hour earlier than I need to be. And why do I prefer to get here earlier? Because I don't want to leave things to the last minute and the taxi turn up really late and me get stressed as to whether I'm actually going to catch the train or not. That is no good for my anxiety. That really stresses me out and it makes me feel not good. So what I'd rather do is get to the train station earlier and actually just chill out at the train station, know that my holiday's already begun because I'm already like at the train station. So it's like your holiday starts earlier, which is a really good feeling. It helps me to feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more peaceful, a lot more calm. When I went to Disneyland Paris this year in January, it was an absolute friggin' nightmare because I booked a taxi like a couple of days in advance. I checked the night before that it's still going ahead, they said yes, and then when it came to the actual time, they didn't show up. I phoned them up, they said they hadn't even got a taxi for me. Then I phoned them back again, they said they still hadn't got a taxi for me, and I was really panicking because I couldn't carry all, I couldn't move all my luggage, it was too heavy for me because I was going to London, Disneyland Paris that time, and it was just too much for me. And I'm like, there's no way I can do this. I did actually try, well, I did actually succeed, but very, very badly at taking my luggage on my own last time to Disneyland Paris, and literally I was so stressed out. I was really hyperventilating basically, and I hadn't got that many minutes to go before the train came, about 10-12 minutes. So that was so stressful because I didn't get a taxi and it was really hard to even move my luggage, and I'm never ever doing that again. So now I'd much rather be much earlier. So being an hour early at the train station for me gives me a chance to just unwind, just chill the heck out, just stay calm, and it reduces my levels of anxiety. And it's good because my holiday, like I said, basically starts earlier, you know. It's like I've already left my home. My mind's like clear of being at home now. My mind's in holiday mode and it just feels so much better. So what am I doing at the train station? Like, where am I going? I'm going to London. But I'm going to Chessington theme park today. So I've got to go all the way to London on the sleeper train on the 107. It gets in at 5 something at Paddington. Then I've got to go from Paddington to Hammersmith Premier Inn. Then from Hammersmith Premier Inn, drop my luggage off for them to store it for later. And then I've got to go to Waterloo and then get a train to Chessington South to go to Chessington World of Adventures theme park, which I'm so looking forward to. It's incredible. But I'm doing a lot of travelling. You might notice that I'm really red in the face because I'm already really hot because I had to take my luggage downstairs from upstairs and to get it in the taxi, and I literally live in the top floor flat. So I did book the taxi well in advance. I booked the taxi, I think it was it was 12, was it 12 or 1? Or between 12 and 2, I'll say. So it was a lot, and I booked it for midnight. So I had a lot of hours that I booked it in just to make sure that there was a taxi available for me, because taxis can get really busy in Exeter city centre at the night because there's a lot of nightclubs. So it's really important to book the taxi up early. So that's another thing that really reduces my anxiety, booking the taxi up early, and also making sure that the taxi time is like much earlier than the actual train time so that I can chill out at the train station. So I'm with my luggage right now, and this is like my luggage. This is like a military operation for me, right? So this piece of luggage here has got a lot of food in it. If you saw a shorts video earlier, you'll notice there's clothes in there, but a lot of it is food because I got really special dietary requirements. So a lot of this is taken up with food in the top here and across the bottom. I've also got this as well, which again is a big piece of luggage. So this is really heavy for me. It's really too heavy for me to carry, but I have to do it. And in here I've got more food. So because I'm going to the theme park today and I'm actually at the train station, I'm not going to be eating like out in restaurants for a lot of hours. So I need food. So I'm already hungry because I ate like at 8 o'clock today. I usually have to eat every 2 hours because I get low blood sugar. So I've got like 6 salads in here with tunas and stuff, and I've got crisps and all sorts of stuff. These things, I've got cutlery, I've got waterproof trousers just in case. I've got a vanity case in here somewhere as well, but I've got lots of salads and stuff. And in my vanity case, I've got a lot of stuff, because in my vanity case, I've got like coconut oil, because I can't just use anything on certain areas of my body. I've got like throat sweets and throat spray and all different types of creams and stuff to help me with all my, my conditions, as it were. So that's really important. And then I've got my rucksack because I'm going to Chessington World of Adventures. It's handy to have a rucksack. We'll need to make sure this is folded over though, so that the top is folded over, so I'm not going to spill things out of it. So I'll have to rearrange this bag nearer the time if I'm taking it on the theme park rides, so that it doesn't actually shoot things like water bottles out of it. I've also got my laptop as well. Now my laptop's a big piece of kit, it's a MacBook Pro. So I got my laptop on me because I have been upset, it helps me to do my writing. So I've brought my laptop with me in case I need to do some writing, because it's very therapeutic. Plus it's good to work on my books at all times, because I am an author and writer with my own publishing imprint. So, I have got my laptop here. It's all in here. I love this laptop case. And it gives you an extra bit of storage, actually, to put, like, this is all my tickets, gives you an extra bit of storage. And protection, Also, because I've got this thin jacket in here. Also, these are all tickets. I make sure they're all they're in poly pockets and they're all ready to go, So the tickets are ready. They're all in order. I always have paper copies, because you never know when your internet's going to go down and you're not going to be able to open your phone with the tickets on there, and that just stresses me out. So I have everything prepared. It's all prepared with actual tickets. And, I've got the Premier Inn. This is what I do beforehand. So everything is paper copies. I don't believe in just going on the internet and getting stuff at the last minute, right? So I'm at Exeter St David's now. And, I've got Chessington ticket for later. I've got my ticket to get back. I've got my hotel booking reference here. And then I've got, other stuff that's going on. So, it's really important. And I'm going to an event tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday as well. So I've got a map of the event, and I've actually got tickets in here as well. So it's really important that I've got all this sorted out, maps and everything. I asked my best friend to get me maps, because I'm not that great at maps. Google Maps, I can't seem to find the right thing. So I'm going to this for 2 days, National Achievers Congress. Which is where I start my entrepreneur journey, going to one of these events in 2012. So this is on the 27th and 28th of April. So I'm really looking forward to that because it's high octane energy. So that should cheer me up and make me feel good. It's really good to be going away. I feel really great. So yeah, I do love London. I enjoy going to London. It is very stressful though with all the luggage I have to take because I've got fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain condition that affects the nerves and muscles of the body. And then I'm getting more pain carrying all this luggage. But it's kind of like I need everything. Like with my anxiety, like it leads to account for like every eventuality really, like if I need this, if I need that. And by doing all this, like by getting everything ready, it just allows me to actually be calmer. So, like the way I be calmer is being very, very well organised, very, very punctual, very, very on time, way before time and things. I like to be able to make sure I'm doing things properly. Like this is my other handbag as well. So basically to go to London, as well as having all my creams and things for my body that I need, because I can't just put anything on my body, as well as having all my throat sprays and stuff in case I need throat sprays, different hand creams, face creams. I've got sensitive skin, so I can't just use anything, so it means I've got to take all that, and I've got to take a lot of food because I get low blood sugar every 2 hours I'm supposed to eat, and there's not going to be anything to eat at the theme park. So, I've got to take that food with me. So it is really like a military operation whenever I go away. It's quite stressful in the sense of all the luggage I have to take, which I have to take on the train, and then I have to find, like a luggage space for. That's quite stressful. But because I'm going on the sleeper train today, the 107, there's not actually going to be that many people on there. It's quite quiet at the moment, and I should be able to fit my luggage on a lot more easily than say I went at the peak times. So yeah, I find it's easier to carry more luggage though, with more bags, like with things in them, because then I've got space, you know what I mean? Like I've got all these salads and I've got space to put them in here, and I've got my hold on and other stuff, because I just found that it doesn't fit in my case. A lot of my case is food, but I've also made sure I've got different clothes. So I've got clothes that I could go clubbing in if I wanted to, but there's no clubs I don't think in Hammersmith, but I could go out dress up anyway, which I love doing. I got my suits for the National Achievers Congress events. I've got hoodies in there, and I've got t-shirts and socks and underwear and all that lot. So I just know that I try and cater for every eventuality. I have different types of bags for when I want to do different types of things in London. I personally don't understand how people can travel so light, because I need a lot of stuff. Because if I haven't got a lot of stuff, then I could run out of stuff I need, you know what I mean? So with my anxiety, I have to make sure I cover every eventuality, you know what I mean? And I do actually use quite a lot of this stuff. So the more organised I am, the more I'm before time, the more I relax. Does that make sense? So with my anxiety, I like to be really well organised, really good at time management. I actually did a PA course, so I'm trained as a personal assistant. So I did an NVQ level 4 personal assistance course. It was an NVQ level 4 higher diploma in administrative procedures personal assistance course, and that has been a really, really amazing course for the rest of my life. I did it after I did my A-levels at college. I stayed on a year and did that, and it was invaluable, and it taught us how to do business travel planning and all this stuff. So I like coordinating timetables, I like coordinating things, I like getting all the tickets ready in advance. It really helps to keep me calm. So being organised helps me to stay calm and reduces my anxiety. Not worrying about other people helps me to stay calm and reduces my anxiety. Not having someone who's like leaves things till the last minute, you don't have to worry about that. You just rely on yourself. That keeps me calm, reduces my anxiety. Loving myself keeps me calm and reduces my anxiety, But it's still very stressful because carrying a lot of luggage is not easy. But I give myself plenty of time this time, because I get into London at like 5-something a.m, which means I don't have to be at the theme park in theory till 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. My ticket starts at 10 a.m, but you can pay an extra £10 and get there for the first hour. So if I can get there for an hour earlier, I will. So you see, everything's methodical with me. All the paperwork's done in advance, printed off. I've got everything sorted out. I've got all my tickets for today on the train printed out. I've got my tickets to Chessington South already printed out to go to Chessington. I've got my ticket to go into the theme park at Chessington printed out. I got the National Achievers Congress for the next 2 days printed out as well with the barcode. So I've got all that sorted. The only thing I haven't sorted this time is Monday. Usually I'm really on the ball and I've got everything sorted, but Monday I haven't actually booked anything up yet, which is not what I usually would do. But I do have my laptop with me, so I can book something up in London rather than, but I won't have a printer, so I'll have to go through to my phone, which is a little bit like iffy for me, but okay, I'll do it this time. So yeah, what I'll have to do, what I usually do is if I am doing that, which I've only done it I think once recently, is I'll put my phone, I'll open my email where the barcode actually is, and I won't close the window so that when I get there it's still open on my phone. So I like to be really well organised, methodical, like I need to be ready much before time, and this way it keeps me nice and calm, reduces my anxiety, makes me feel so much better. Because fibromyalgia is actually a pain condition, it's a chronic pain condition that affects the nerves and muscles of the body, I actually have pain every single day of my life, so I'm used to being in pain. And what this does is actually create a higher pain threshold tolerance. So you can end up doing a lot of things like a superhero. So you might have seen me in my Ace Fibro Girl outfit at times. You can go on Facebook, put Facebook/Ace Fibro Girl or acefibrogirl.com. But basically, it's like Ace Fibro Girl is like Asexual Fibro Girl, I have like superpowers, I feel, because anxiety is like a superpower in some ways, because it gives you a very, very sharp perception of when someone is like off, when someone is changed their attitude or the behaviour. You can pick it up very, very easily. Now, sometimes it's hard with anxiety, people feel, to discern where your anxiety is actually the cause of things not being quite right, or whether it's actually genuinely not right. But usually with me, I'm right. My anxiety is like a superpower. It alerts me to things that aren't quite right. Do you understand what I mean? And yeah, I'm usually not wrong about that. So it's because I'm an empath as well and sensitive, so I can feel when someone's different. I can feel the energy, I can sense it. Even if someone says nothing's wrong, I can tell something's wrong straight away, right? So it's no good lying to me, because I usually know when something goes wrong, do you know what I mean? But, some people they say they're all right when they're not all right. But there we go. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, is like anxiety can be a superpower, but also fibromyalgia is like a superpower, because it enables me to have really high pain threshold tolerance. So when I'm traveling, it's very, very painful to hold all the luggage, to carry it all and everything. But at the same time, I'm very super strong in me doing that, because I'm used to doing it. It's quite stressful, but it makes me stronger. I broke my ankle in 2021 and 2022. Both times I recovered. Well, 2021 I don't think my ankle's fully recovered, but I re-broke it in 2022. But because I have fibromyalgia, when I went to the hospital with that broken ankle, the first time I didn't have any painkillers for like the first 1 to 4 days. The 5th day I had to phone up and go to the hospital, because my ankle's purple at that time and I felt sick for hours, and I didn't realise, I thought it might be broken, but I didn't know for definite. So when I went to the hospital, I didn't take any painkillers until before I came here, because like when I phoned the number to come into the hospital, they said you must go in. They said, have you taken any painkillers? I'm like, no, because when I read online about taking painkillers, they said painkillers mask the pain, so it's better to go without, especially for the first 24 hours. So I just put ice packs and stuff on that, so I'm able to like tolerate a lot more things that I couldn't tolerate before, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So it does make you stronger. It's very hard though, because it's like pain. I have pain in my neck all the time, pain in like my lower back, pain in my thigh area, pelvic area sometimes, pain on my arms all the time, pains on my neck. But I try and block out the pain using the power of my mind. The problem is, if I get emotionally upset, emotional pain causes my fibro pain to just increase so badly. So that's why it's important that I maintain good emotional health, that I stay calm as much as possible, that I don't get upset, that I don't have much anxiety in my life. I have an anxiety condition, but I try to reduce anxiety as much as possible in my life by doing all these things that I know work for me. Like at home, for example, I have to get extra stock of things in, like extra stock of toothpaste, extra stock of shower gel and shaving foam. So if I buy in bulk and then I get extra of things and stock up, it means that I don't have to worry about me running out then. Do you see what I mean? So actually living on my own is hugely beneficial to me, because it's easy for me to manage myself because I don't have to worry about another person, what they think, what they feel, and all that lot. It means I can just do what I want when I want, and I don't have to worry. Like being out in the middle of the night, some people might not like being out in the middle of the night, but I actually thrive at night. I come alive at night. I like my schedule at night. It works much better for me. I don't usually go to sleep till 4 a.m. and then I get up at midday is my ideal time. But obviously, last night I think I went to sleep at 2 a.m. actually, so I got up at like 9 something today. So it's really important for me to be able to manage my time effectively, be really well organised, and make sure I have things to hand. So it just keeps my anxiety as low as possible so that I can thrive in this life and I can feel comfortable and I can feel happy and, I can just feel good, because we want to be making ourselves feel as happy as possible and comfortable and calm in this life. Do you know what I mean? But what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other. So I have a best friend who also has anxiety, but his anxiety works very different to mine. His anxiety works based on the fact that he doesn't like to organise things too far in advance. He likes to leave things till the last minute or a few days before he commits to doing something, because he worries in case he gets ill or something goes wrong beforehand that he won't be able to go. So his anxiety is very different to mine. Whereas with my anxiety, I just like, I like to have things up front organised, and I don't think in my mind that I'm going to be sick. I think actually I'm less likely to be sick because I know I need to stay healthy and not get sick before I go away. So that makes me take extra precautions about where I go. So I haven't been out clubbing actually since November last year, because I love clubbing, but I often get sick when I go clubbing because of the vaping and stuff. So anyway, by not going out and doing things where I probably would get poorly, I know, or there's a higher chance of it, I know that by not doing those things, it reduces the risk of me being sick before I go away. And in my mind, I'm very stern with myself. I'm like, do not get poorly before you go away, and it kind of helps me to not get sick because my mind's really strong. Do you know what I mean? So I think this is really important. And it's important to understand how different people's anxiety works. But like I said, my best friend, he's like, his anxiety can't deal with the fact that, if he books too far in advance, it makes him unsteady and stuff. Whereas me, I really have to, we don't go away together, so it's okay. So he can we do go away for the day sometimes together, like we did for my birthday. So that I was asking him to do that way in advance. So I don't know if that caused any anxiety for him, because it might have done, I don't know. But, if he goes away on his own occasionally, and if he does, then, he usually leaves that till the last minute. And sometimes before, when I've needed to go and I wanted him to come with me, he'll just say, leave it till nearer, you've asked me about it, now leave it till nearer the time. You know what I mean? But if it's a day trip, it's not so bad because it doesn't need so much prep, and I can just go on my own anyway. Do you know what I mean? But either way, if I'm going somewhere on my own anyway, and then he comes or not comes, then it doesn't matter so much because I'm already going away, if you know what I mean. But if I really want to go with him somewhere, then I really need to know that he's okay to come with me, if that makes sense. I'm looking at the clock because it's 00:38 and I've got to be across the other platform, on platform 5, for the 107, but I've got to go to the toilet here first. So I've got to make sure I'm looking at the clock, because I've got to get in the lift to get over there, and I don't want to leave it till the last minute. Again, because of my anxiety, so I need to make sure that I go to the toilet, so I don't have to wait around for the toilet, and then I go to the lift, and then I put the stuff in the lift and go, have plenty of time to get over there. Do you know what I mean? Ideally, I probably want a quarter of an hour to get over there, even though it takes a couple of minutes or 10 minutes at the very least, but I think 10 minutes is pushing it. Just in case something happens and I can't get in the lift or something, or my luggage gets trapped or some weird things like that. But you know what I mean? So 10 minutes is good to still do that, but I'd rather be earlier than late, you know what I mean? So it's very important that you're self-aware, that you understand yourself in life. If you've got disabilities and health conditions, it's really important you understand how those disabilities affect you personally, how the health conditions affect you, how your fibromyalgia affects you, and what things help you to reduce the pain, to reduce the anxiety, to help your health conditions be minimized. You know what I mean? So that when I say minimized, they're not a minimalistic thing, as in, health conditions are really serious. I'm not talking about minimizing your health conditions, but so that you keep the health conditions from flaring up. So it's minimized, the pain, the flare-ups, the effects are minimized as much as possible, because we want to have a happy, healthy, thriving life. We don't want to be having like so much pain, anxiety, stress, inducement. So if you understand yourself well enough, you can actually take precautions to reduce your pain as much as possible and to reduce your anxiety as much as possible. This requires a great degree of self-awareness. If you've got friends like you meet up with, that can be a bit harder because, you know, like I'm very restricted in where I can go to eat. So like, I want to meet up with some people, but it's like I can't eat in places that they can eat. That means I either have to just drink where they eat and then find somewhere else to eat myself later, or they need to come with me where I can eat, or they come with me to watch me eat and then eat something later. So it works out very difficult, and like it's hard to stay over in someone else's house because I have all these health conditions and special needs, you know. It's like I need the toilet regularly, and if I stay in someone else's house, I can wake them up, you know what I mean, going to the toilet all the time. And if I'm in someone else's home, which is unfamiliar, I tend to get more anxiety induced, which means I go to the toilet more because my anxiety causes me to go to the toilet more. So it's kind of like tough, do you know what I mean? So I think you have to be very, very self-aware. You have to take as many precautions as you can to help yourself as much as possible and to keep your anxiety levels low, to keep your pain low. You know, me going away though, it's kind of a double-edged sword because I go away to relax and enjoy myself and feel better and to decrease my pain, and that helps then. But also it can increase pain if I'm stressed out and feeling really anxious and nervous because the emotional upset of that then creates, you know, more pain. So it's hard, you've got to get a balance. But like often when I come back, it's like, oh, I just want my own bed in the sense that I can relax and go to sleep now and chill out. But at the moment, I want to be out of my home, and I think it's really good for me, and it's my birthday gift to myself to go to London. And, you know, I do love London. I do chill out. I chill out on the tubes because my vibe is high energy, right? So that when I am actually, out and about, right, and I'm doing stuff and I'm extroverted, it's actually at one with my soul. So when I go on the tubes, lots of people get stressed out on the tubes. I actually stay calm. So when other people have stress because of certain things, I actually usually am calmer. So I work backwards to a lot of people. So on the tubes, I just relax and chill the heck out, and it really is good for my soul. It's like moving fast, it's like high energy, octane stuff. But when I actually, you know, so that is really good for me. It's like my vibe, and when something's on my vibe, when something's on my level, that's when I'm at my calmest and most peaceful. So I like loud music, I like lights, camera, noise, action. All this lot gives me peace. So whereas a lot of introverted people, especially, you know, they get peace from going out in nature and not being around many people, I get peace from being around people, from being energized, from things being on my vibe and on my level. Does that make sense? So if I have like a place I go to that's pumping music, that's high octane energy, that's buzzing, then that feels good. If I've got stuff that moves quite a lot, like the tubes, you know, it's on my vibe. It's like, you know, you can get from one place to the other really quickly on the tubes. That's my vibe. So it makes me feel nice and relaxed and calm. Because when I've got some things on the same wavelengths as me, the same level as me, the same vibration as me, that's when I feel at my most peace and quiet, if you know what I mean. Well, I wouldn't say quiet. That's when I feel at peace with my soul, because, you know, it's actually matches my personality, matches my vibe, and it feels good because it feels like it's supporting me in my life. It feels like it's meant to be for me. Do you know what I mean? That's why I love Disneyland Paris so much, because it's like music, camera, action, noise. It's very romantic as well, and fun, and it's just bubbly like my personality. So yeah, it's really good for me. So going to London, it's quite vibrant, quite energetic, quite buzzing. There's a lot of stuff to do up there usually. There's a lot of entertainment. I like all that. And there's a lot of things you can do. And going on the tubes from one place to the other really quickly, getting where you want to go, going to my favourite Thai restaurant is always a pleasure. You know, so it's really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, it's 0044, so I think I need to pop to the toilet because, you know what I mean, I've got to go over to platform 5 to catch the train there. But I need to go to the toilet before I go and take my luggage. And it's a 107, so it's 044. So I've got like, what, 16 plus 7 minutes? So what is that? Like 23 minutes or something? Or was it 33 minutes? I don't know. I got it 33, I think it is. I think I've still got time. I don't know. My maths is not very good. So it's like quarter of an hour plus like, you know. Anyway, it's about half an hour, I think, just under. If you're good at maths, you can work it out. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've got unlimited data on my phone at the moment for my birthday, so I'm so happy, thanks to EE for giving me a birthday gift of unlimited data, which means I can stream a lot more while I'm away. And I love you lots. So if you've got disabilities and health conditions, just know that I understand how difficult it is. I understand it if you find it hard going away as well. It's like a military operation to make sure your needs are taken care of. But I tell you what, if you are brave enough with disabilities, health conditions, anxiety to get on a train and actually go and spend a few days away, I'm proud of you, because I know how hard it is. Other people can just jump on a train and not really give a shit, right? They can just jump wherever they want, just pack a small bag and go anywhere. But when you've got health conditions, special needs, low blood sugar, fibromyalgia, anxiety, and God knows what else, it's hard, isn't it? It's not easy, because you know what I mean? It takes a lot more effort, a lot more thinking about, a lot more organisation. It takes a lot more brain power, and it takes a lot more energy to be able to do that for yourself. But I am damn proud of you if you're one of the people that does still go away on holiday and travel, especially if you travel alone like I do. It's hardcore travelling on your own, do you know what I mean? Sometimes I do get help from people, like occasionally people at train stations will help me, tube stations help me on and off with my luggage, for example. People are quite kind like that, so I find that really good. And I do ask for help sometimes, like at the tube station I did ask for help, like last year when I went to Disneyland Paris, I did ask for help on the underground because my luggage was a friggin' nightmare for me. So I think it's important to ask for help when you can. If you know, like sometimes obviously you've got to be careful who you ask, but I think it's really good. But I'm proud of you if you get out of your comfort zone and you go out there, despite how stressful it can be with anxiety and fibromyalgia and needing the toilet and all this lot and having a pain condition. If you are similar to me and you know how much of an effort it takes you, I'm so damn proud of you. Because you could just sit behind a keyboard and say, no, I've got disabilities, I can't go out of the house, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm just going to sit here and I'm not happy because I wish I could go away, right? You could do that, right? And some people do that. And if they do that and that's what they need to do, then I'm not a person to say anything about that or against that. But personally, I think it's better if you can, if you're able to. Not everyone's able to, because some people are a lot more disabled than me. It's good if you're able to get out of your comfort zone and to push yourself to be able to go and do this stuff, because it's not easy. But I love you, I'm proud of you, and I think you're courageous. Warrior like me. Anyway, I've got to go, take care. I have to make sure I go to the toilet and then get across on the lift for my train. And I'll see you soon next video live stream. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and let me know if you've got disabilities, health conditions, or anything like that affects your travelling. Let me know how you get on, what you do to take precautions to make yourself feel as good as possible, how you help yourself to manage those conditions when travelling. Pop them in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode, because I'm going to be doing more streaming and more shorts from London soon. Lots of love. Bye. Bye.